And what are you doing in Hawaii?
Aloha, good morning. How are you? Everybody over there as well. Well, yeah, I do live here in Honolulu specifically. And so it's just mainly, to be honest, for nature. I just love so much nature, and that makes me reconnect with myself. I mean, of course, the ocean, it's an island, and then the rainforest as well. Some people, when they hear that, they're like, are you sure? Is that the only reason? Yeah, it's the main reason among others. And so definitely I'm very happy to be here with you and everybody else listening. And I'm so ready to share good stuff to empower all of you.
So, what is your passion, and what is the purpose of your life? In a sense that now being coaching people, the more and more we involve in our own life, we understand more what are our passions and what the true purpose of life is. What could you say today? What is yours?
I think I have many passions. However, I could say that I've been helping a lot of people for many years. Since young age, I think 14 years old, so I started volunteering. My passion is helping others. Of course, I'm creative, so I'm always in different causes. It's not the same thing, and I've been having so much fun, but also getting that feeling of feel so good, so happy to see the smile in others, or the way you can impact others. You don't have to do like big stuff, I mean, sometimes you can do it, but you don't need to actually do that. And I'm sharing this because I know all of you that are watching us right now, you could help others without really, like, I don't know, people think that, oh, I need a lot of money, or I need to invest a lot of time. No, you don't. Actually, you could just do it once a week or less than that, and then helping others all the time. So I have a lot of passions. I love arts. I love meditation, yoga, um, self-development, as we were talking about that a little bit. I think that self-development is like a mainly journey everybody should take. Everything is there. Developing the relationship with yourself is the first step to have fulfilling connections with others, and also having a meaningful life. So I'm very passionate about that. My friends know about that too. Every time we talk, it's a lot about that. Of course, we talk about other stuff, my family as well. And so I have been in that journey for some years so far. So yeah, I'm really into also nature. I love the ocean, as I said. Um, I love the rainforest. Just animals overall. It's just their connection is just so beautiful. So. Mm-hmm.
Did you move yourself, or you moved with all your family to Hawaii from there?
No, no, actually, I moved from Peru to California first. I was living in California. I wanted to move over there. And then after I went to Germany, I live in Germany. And then I was ready. Okay, now the experience has ended. Now go back to US, and this time Hawaii. So no, I don't actually. I do almost everything by myself. I just decide, and I feel like, okay, I just want to go this place, and I just do it. I just do it.
Congratulations. So you just take your two bags and you go wherever you want. Okay, that's
Yes, yes, seriously, as simple as it sounds, it's just like I feel like, okay, and so since I'm really good at arranging all of these logistics and everything, just try to find a good place as well. And I do, of course, some research, right? You wanna just pop in there and that's it. But no, I am really free spirit in that sense, and I encourage everybody to do the same thing. I know many people, they for so many years they have wanted to move somewhere else or in a specific place, and they don't do it because they have those um fears. that and I always tell them, hey, just try little by little, but don't leave that dream of yours aside because you have fears. Fears are most of the time not real. So just do what you love to do and what you are dreaming about, and that's it.
How did you find your way to coaching? Was it something specific, some circumstance, some a book, a coach, a mentor? Like, how did you end up coaching?
Well, I have always been teaching others. I have That's in my background a lot, parallel to humanitarian work, and also having training. I love to train, so little by little, those fields are related: teaching, training, coaching, all of that. At the beginning, I was not sure which aspect or which expertise I wanted to pursue. And it was a lot of researching, studying for years. It was not just, oh, okay, I want to do this and that's it. No, I invest many years of my life in my journey to discover myself, but also at the same time, I was researching about different topics, and I experienced some of them, but right now I feel like self-development is what I'm passionate about, since it's something I have experienced. I'm still doing it, and I have studied a lot of different approaches to, of course, help other people to go through that. Sometimes they don't know how to. That's the big question. Okay, so how to? Well, here you go. So.
And you mentioned the humanitarian projects. Can you name some of them and what specifically, who have you helped and where have you done those works?
Yeah, it has been worldwide, and most of the time, without looking for it, they have been for medical purposes, and so I was not looking for that, but somehow I was getting involved. Anytime some humanitarian project was just, I knew about the idea or the project, or somebody was like, "Hey, we are doing this," I was like, "Okay, I'm in," and I was just jumping, very spontaneous, and I'm always into that. And the main, for example, nonprofit I was working with is American Red Cross. It was a wonderful time to work. I was focusing on the Latino community, and so my people, part of my people, and so it's interesting, right? Because you understand how they think, how they behave, what is their lifestyle, so it's easier to get connecting. It's connecting with them instead of going maybe working with another culture, and you will take more time, right? So I was mainly working over there, in the Bay Area in San Francisco, but the Bay Area is really big. It's like around 6 counties, so I was covering all of that, and I was the main person for helping that community specifically. And of course, there are other examples. I could just make a long list, but most of them, yeah, either with doctors or like to provide medical services, or like any like that. I was even in Peru. I had also one. Um, IMI helps. So they also do provide medical services. And I mean, doing it in my country, it was like, wow, that's awesome, right? You always want to help first your people where you are from, and of course everybody else. But it was really special.
Are you involved in any of those projects currently in Hawaii?
I am, I am, but this one is more in a creative side of way. It's not specifically the typical going to the office and just focusing only on humanitarian work. And I am right now. It's not my main thing currently, but yes, I am, and I will always be with any of related to humanitarian work.
And today you also help with medical questions, or what are you doing in your current project?
No, that's not. It's, I think we see. Yeah, this time is not medical. It's more for the veterans. So it's related to that, to help others, like, you know, the disabled people. Most of the time they have a lot of challenges, so I admire a lot people who have these challenges. And it's like, makes you think, right? Wow, if they are able to do that with all that those challenges, why I'm just like thinking, oh, I might not be able to do something. No, I think they're heroes out there. Those are heroes where you see them and then you empower yourself to do great stuff. It's just not, it's, for at least for me, it touches my heart a lot and really opens my mind. It's like, wow.
Inclusion is a beautiful, beautiful value and beautiful cause to work with. So I really appreciate all your services that you and your time that you invest in that. So and it's incredible that you shared your story on doing so. How do you distinguish yourself in business and in your life?
Good question. Well, I think it's kind of difficult. I think I'm in the same way. Of course, business is a bit more like efficient oriented, right? Because you have to, you have deadlines, you have things to finish. But something that I have observed a lot in the corporate world mainly is people forget about the connection with others. They just want to do the work, you know, but the most important, personally and at work as well, at least I believe that, it's the connections you have with people, the way you treat people, right? It's just not, oh, okay, I'm done with this, and so it doesn't matter if I talk right in a kind way or not with somebody. And for me, I think I'm very similar. Just adding papers, maybe just adding papers, and you have to be um, more proactive as well when you're in business. I'm a little, so, believe it or not, yes, we are talking right now. It's kind of very public and all that, but I'm a little bit low profile, try to do my stuff. And so it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this and I'm just sharing to everybody. There are some exceptions. Sometimes I do it, but most of the time I just try to do my good deeds, if you could say, and just impacting people, loving, being happy about it, and just be like, okay, that's it. You don't need to share more. So, yes.
We promised to talk about grounding in gratitude today. So could you give us some tips about how to ground yourself?
Yes. So, I would like to practice something very easy, very easy. And then I will just, of course, share some tips and all of that. Right now, I just want to connect with the audience. You all are like listening to us. Thank you very much for being here. Something very simple. Some of you might be sitting, some others, who knows, maybe you're with your phone and just standing up. Okay, I will ask you to stretch your feet. Try to stretch your feet. I know it's really simple, but try to stretch your feet. Just feel it. Feel it a little bit. No rush. Okay? Now I want you to touch your pulse. I guess you can feel that. The pumping.
Well, we have
The
a problem
heart.
if someone doesn't.
Yeah. So this is bringing you back into reality, right? It's a little bit of touching, feeling, using your senses. Now, for the last part, I want us all to breathe 3 times. Okay, so we all together. We inhale. Big, big, big. And exhale. Another one. exhale. Last one, big. Just for these things, you start like feeling more center, not paying so much attention in what is your monkey mind here, trying to accelerate you, speeding up. This is what we all do. Since this system rushes you all the time for everything you do, you don't center yourself. These things are really simple to do. So I hope you feel a little bit relaxed after that. And of course, now I'm ready to elaborate into that question. So I recommend a lot having a journal. Journal is really therapeutic. So you write 3 things every day about what you're grateful for. It could be as simple as having a clean towel to take a shower, or having friends or family. Simple things that we all take for granted. So in that space of gratitude is where we should be. Also, of course, exercise. I was going at least 3-4 times to the gym, doing Muay Thai, yoga, belly dancing, everything, all that you can imagine. But because of all this situation, I started running. So, and that gives me a lot of, you breathe deeply, right? Because you're exercising, so you get oxygen, your body relaxes, and also you get endorphins that also relaxes you. So that helps you as well into that. I also recommend, for example, explore your strengths. That's super empowering. If you don't know what are your strengths, I really invite you to look for those and explore which ones are the ones that you have. And take back that journal I was talking about and just add that. Put one strength per day at least. Of course, one of my favorites, meditation. 5 to 10 minutes of meditation. Even if you can just do only 2 minutes, just do it. It's okay. I can help you also with meditation if you don't have a clue how to. There are even books that you can follow. I started like that with a book, beautiful book I got years ago, and I was like learning how to. And I have add, because of all this, I add in the morning and at night. You feel it, you need it because you need to center. And the last one for the moment is creating this space for you at home, so where you can go and have this time of connecting, be it for praying or for writing your wishes. Maybe you can just put flowers, if you love flowers. Maybe you can put the pictures of your loved ones. A little space where you feel like, okay, it's like kind of your mini sanctuary space in your house, where you go there and just have space alone with yourself. Mm-hmm.
So, about gratitude, was that
Yes.
something that you found, or how did you, was this something that you were taught at home? Was this something that came to your life, being grateful and saying it out loud and having it as a ritual because of something that had influence? Like, how did you find gratitude in your life?
So to make it short, of course, I will explain. But for the ones who wants to have their answer, get the answer right away, it was through meditation and through positive psychology. So gratitude, it's my favorite strength for work and also for my personal life, because it takes me back to my authentic self. Let me see things as they are. You know, we create a lot of stories here. This monkey mind sometimes is very dangerous and tells you stuff that is not even there. So gratitude takes you back um, into this awareness of, okay, wait, I have food to eat. I have a house where I sleep. I have a lot of opportunities. I have health. I mean, you can just make a whole list about what to be grateful for, right? And so when we become adults, um, I think that sense of gratitude, we forget it, right? For example, just thanking people. Sometimes you just forget to say thank you or please, could you? And and so developing this strength as is gratitude makes you be more optimistic, like joyful, enthusiastic. You know, you are more positive and more attentive as well. And so it changes your mindset. This is what I'm trying to say. This practice of gratitude reframes your way of thinking about your life experiences. Uh, some people, they might have experienced or they experience what is depression, anxiety, loneliness, greed, envy. I mean, we can just make the list whole. But gratitude really helps you to ease that. Most of people, I think, that they experience depression and anxiety. I mean, if you check the statistics and do some research, you will see. And I'm saying this to everybody, not only to you, Ragnar. And so, yeah, gratitude takes you back there. And because we have these long, long time evolving, our human brain has evolved for this long time, focusing only on the negative side of life, then this is the time for resetting. Probably you have heard about neuroplasticity, I guess so. Yes, probably. Yes, yeah. So that's research, that's science, right? So it tells you you can rewire your brain, and because of culture and other reasons as well, we have this belief system that uh, limit us to really do things that we love to do and to be in this state of well-being. uh, we are we are so much, I mean, typical examples that is the standard person goes every day and just go to the mirror, and what they say most of the time, I'm not saying everybody in the population, but most of people, they just tell negative things to themselves in the mirror, like, oh, I'm too fat, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not fast enough. This comes so much about the culture and what is your belief system. So gratitude, if you actually go and do these maybe 20, yeah, probably 21, because 21 days, if you practice something, this is when the brain starts to rewire into getting that as a habit. So what I advise to everybody is to practice this at least for 21 days first, to see what is the impact, the change in your life, and then you start like being more positive about things overall. um, as I said, most of people, they have a negative mindset. Most of people, I'm not saying everybody, because we are having a positive mindset here, very much. So also, I think like life satisfaction equals happiness. I mean, like this is highly correlated to gratitude. So this is why it's so important, gratitude, right? These Having this meaningful life, feeling grateful for, and this is what I'm just always emphasizing. And for the ones who doesn't know, or that they don't know exactly what are strengths, because it might be that they don't know exactly their strengths, these are tasks and actions that you're good at, and so they are very tangible. And so, I mean, I can give you examples so you know what is this. Like, for example, if you're resourceful, if you're modest, if you're flexible, humble, empathetic, um, and the benefits of using strengths, in this case gratitude, but also strengths in general, it's improves your self-esteem because you are seeing the positive side of you, right? You're like, wow, I didn't know I had this. Okay, I'm good at this. And so this empowers you a little bit to see that positive part of you. Also, you engage more with people, with these connections, because you're looking for helping others or just finishing your work and you're like, hey, by the way, I'm just good at this. Okay, let's do it. I'll show you how. And so this rapport, right, this connection improves as well, and you're more engaging. Vitality, and then also people tend to be really stressed. So this helps a lot to kind of have like a clear mind of, okay, these are my talents, these are my abilities. So these ones are the strong ones, and then I'm going to feel good because I can actually do something positive for others and myself as well. So I think our role is this way of seeing life, because reframes everything. Gratitude, the practice of gratitude, going back to that part, um, really reframes your way of thinking. And it's so important starting here first for improving everything else.
And what would be the something that you want to share with the audience that they should take action on today?
Oh, okay. So yes, we were talking about strengths, right? And so we have a link for you. This is from the Institute on Character. And if you want to explore your strengths, which I really advise you to do, we are going. I guess you share through the chat.
I will share that with everybody who's on the call here, and also everybody who's watching in the Facebook. I will shortly have the link for you, so you can take the test.
Yes, and so I have done it at least 3 years, and every year was different. So I was checking as well what has changed for me related to my strengths. So it's a lot of fun. Start with that. That's the first step. Explore your strengths. So that's empowering for you, and then you start with this self-development journey. Also, if you really want to focus only on gratitude for the moment, I have a questionnaire. So for the first 22 people who send me a DM to my Instagram, I'll share that. That's also free. You don't need to do anything. You just need to say, hey, I want the gratitude questionnaire, and I'll send it to you. And please do the assessment, the strengths assessment from the Institute on Character. It's awesome.
Great. So before I ask Annelise her 3 recommendations how to dominate the decade, thank you very much everybody who has joined us here in Zoom, and also everybody who are watching in Facebook. If you have any questions, comments, whatever you want to share with us, this is the correct time to do so. Here in Zoom, you can use, if you don't want to talk and put your microphone on, you can use the area of the chat here. And I'm currently looking all the questions and comments which we will receive in Facebook. But under Ragne Sinikas, if you are watching from Coral Desk, those questions and comments will be answered after the session has been finished, but no question will be without answers. So what would be your 3 recommendations how to dominate the decade?
We'll definitely start with self-development. as I said, everything starts from here, like inside of you, the relationship you have with yourself. So in that way, then you can impact others in your life, right? Like what you do in your life is very important. Don't dismiss that. Don't think that, oh my gosh, I'm just only one person, and I don't think I'm going to be able to help others or to make a difference, right? Most of people, if they really think, they will really accept, and they will say yes. One time in my life, I really wanted to do it, but I just quit because I thought I was only one, right? Start with self-development for sure. um, Another one is make a change in your life. If you don't do it right now, when? uh, Seriously, I know I'm really tough with my audience all the time, and now I'm being tough with your audience. But I'm always just trying to empower others. Just make a change, something you have always wanted to do, and you haven't done it just because you have those fears. And as I said, most of the times, uh, the fears are not real at all. And since we are talking about gratitude, please send some messages, be it private messages or emails, saying thank you to many people that are in your life and that have helped you in some point in your life. Just do that. Do that, and you will see how you start reconnecting with others in a different way, because they will feel that energy of gratitude, and then you start practicing that. So those are simple, but it's better to be simple than complicated.
So we have a question. What is the toughest thing you have had to unlearn as a person to get to the next level?
That goes to self-esteem. As we were talking about, this part of the belief system, right? You grow, and I mean your family loved you. Some, I mean, at least I was lucky for that. Some people, they don't experience that, but anyway, um, you hear a lot of things when you're a child, a lot of things, and you don't even know who you are, and then you start like believing that because it's something often, right? And so you grow year by year, listening to that like a recording, and then you start believing that. For me personally, has been um, restructuring, if you could say, that belief system. I have just break so many false beliefs about life, about existence, about me, about connections. That's one of the most important parts, and that's related to self-development. So yes, thank you very much, John. Yes, thank you very much, John, for that question.
So where does the road will take you next? Your suitcases, where are they taking you?
For the moment, I think I'm going to stay here. Of course, I will keep traveling. Probably I will meet many. Who knows if I'll meet you in the future? But I will be meeting other friends as well. My permanent place will be, I think, here. I just feel it. My heart, like, it's happy here because of nature. And I'm just working on a project to raise awareness for like protection of the ocean, mainly here for the corals. You remember that because you have that name. Well, I mean, it's not the same, right? It's a coral dusk, so you remember that. But yes, I mean, the corals are so important because it's the main environment for like fishes and everything else. I mean, it's where they feed and they recreate as well. It's like, for example, like a park, like a big park for them where they can just go feed and recreate. So I am into project I'm developing. It's not ready yet, but I will launch it. So stay tuned on my Instagram if you want to know about it. But I will just keep traveling. But for the first time, I can say I will say in that.
Then don't visit Los Cabos because you might fall in love because we have all of that here as well.
You know where I was in Bahia de Los Angeles, Los Angeles Bay. Like I think Los Angeles Bay. It's not it's up north from where you are, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's
Well,
very pretty.
yes, exactly. So, another question: what are the 3 new habits that will improve your life?
In general, or for me, or
Let's say if you would be coaching someone and you would be giving that advice, what would you say?
oh yes, we were for example we were talking about these 21 days to rewire your brain for gratitude. So this is how it goes, right? First it starts here, then starts what are you saying, right? Thinking, saying, acting, and then the action becomes the habit, right? So that's the process. If you start doing, for example, practicing about gratitude for every day, thinking first, then saying something, or writing it, and just keeping up for 21 days and up, then you will create that habit. It will be for gratitude first because I really highlight gratitude, and then the other one will be like um, something very practical for me. Even if you have a lot of time right now, or in overall, just do a schedule and just just at least give 1 hour to something that you really think is important at the same time. And at the same kind of, if you sit somewhere, just do it there. This is how you really train your body as well to get into a habit. Just go there, something that is important for you that you have never done before. I was saying about those dreams that you have had for some time and you haven't done anything, and so you could do that. And another habit, uh, I would say maybe just learn to know how to say thank you, but like in a very kind way, not just say thank you and then you just go to like really like thank you. Some people, they don't know how to thank you for anything, so the connection is not developed further. Habits, we can do habits from anything that is positive. Just you as a person, try to explore a little bit about yourself and just get something that is important for you, impactful, meaningful, positive, and then just convert that into a habit. Just it's the repetitive thing of doing something overall. So it's really personal that. It's really personal, so I advise you to explore a little bit yourself. Thank you very much for that question again.
So, what is the hardest lesson you have ever learned?
Ooh, okay. Letting go, people. Um, when you're in this journey of self-development, most of the time, you start feeling disaligned with some people that you love sometimes very much. Um, but they don't want to grow. They just want to, I mean, everybody has the right to live their lives as they want, so you don't need to push them to, oh, you have to do this or that, or you have to do the same things as me. No, you have to respect, but letting go people of, hey, I'm into this, I just really want to improve myself, I just really want to do great stuff for others and myself, my loved ones. And some people, they just want to stay where they are because it's comfortable for them or because they have fears. And you have to be mindful with that because, as I said, everybody has the right to do what they want to do with their lives. You cannot tell them what to do. Instead of like a little bit maybe showing them, hey, how about this and that, like, but Yeah, letting go, people. It's so hard sometimes, but you have to do it. Otherwise, you just, you know, pulls you back, and this doesn't allow you to expand. And this is what I'm always looking for: expanding, improving myself, getting into this best version of yourself. And I encourage others to do that as well. Thank you.
And the last question, who is your inspiration?
My inspiration. I have a lot of inspiration everywhere. I mean, be it something abstract, be it people, and we were talking about them. Okay, I will give. I have many things I could say are my inspiration. Many things and people, but my inspiration. We were talking about these people, right? Like the ones who have these challenges, that they have disabilities. Every time I see any case of those who have disabilities, be it they don't have arms, they don't have legs, um, they are, they cannot hear, they are blind, and they are doing awesome stuff. It's like, wow. I mean, for me, that's so inspiring and empowering, because it's amazing. It's just amazing. You admire that. And so that would be my answer to that. Thank you very much again for this question.
This is a beautiful answer, and I think everybody would agree with me that we can even feel the vibes of Hawaii, even the way that you express yourself. So yes, I think you
Thank
have
you.
found your home. So
Yeah.
how people can contact you, how they can follow you, just to be in, see that what you're doing, and if they want to know more about your coaching and all of that, how can they do so?
Yeah, mainly I'm connecting with Instagram. So as I say, you can DM me to Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. I will be sharing all these projects I was talking about that I'm developing right now. And yes, and I mean, you grow from also your followers or your audience or your friends. You they empower you as well, because they get so excited. How are you doing? And okay, let me help you, or not even just let me help you. Sometimes they say, hey, you could do this too. And so it's like a lot of creativity, and always these connections make your life better. And believe it or not, even the one person that is watching right now, even you can make a lot of impact in the lives of others, just for a simple gesture of smiling. Just that.
Beautiful advice. And actually, my next question would be your final sort of message. We're going to close the session. So, what would be the final message that you want people to take out of this, or take with them from this interview?
Yeah, I think believe in yourself. I think I'm just getting goosebumps. Believe in yourself. You are unique. All of you are unique. We are all unique with our own talents, abilities. Do not copycat others. You don't need it. Be authentic. Be you, because the world needs you as you are.
Very
Thank you.
beautiful, yeah, very beautiful answer. So, thank you everybody who has joined us today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for investing in yourself, because it's your time. Thank you for joining us from Hawaii and sharing with us your inspiring story about the girl from Peru ending up going everywhere in the world, that now living the life that she really enjoys in Hawaii. And I'm pretty sure that you were very inspiring for many people.
Oh, thank you very much.
So you were listening today, I hope that you made some notes. I did. And if you didn't, I would advise you to go back to the video and actually take the pen and the paper and write down. Because there are some things which it's like a book. We can read the book, but if we don't really take the time on reflection and really work on the book, then it's going to be another book that we read. So
Mm.
how you can really change your life or make changes in your life is by taking action. And what I really liked today was something which is very easy to remember: thinking, saying, acting, and that acting becomes an habit. It's really easy to follow. And if you think every morning or evening when you do your journaling and have that in your mind, that the thinking, saying, and acting on that becomes your habit, and all those habits become your success in life. So every successful day adds up, every successful week, every week adds up for a successful year, and they become years. So you can become the hero of your life today. How? By taking action. You can become the hero of someone else's life today. How? By sharing this video, because there are a lot of people who need to hear that. So become the hero of your life and become the hero of someone else's life. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow at the same time, at the same place. And if you do speak Spanish, then very soon, less than 2 hours, we have Mauricio Amoy from Costa Rica, the islands today. So
Pura vida, pura vida.
so join us also at 1 p.m. and I'm pretty sure that we will have fun there as well. So thank you again. Thank you
Thank
for
you very much.
investing your time, and thank you. Aloha. How do you say goodbye in Hawaiian?
It's the same. You say aloha. It's general. It means a lot of things. Hello, bye, good day. It's just a lot of meaning. It's like similar to namaste, which is, it has a lot of meaning. It's like saying I can see you. Aloha is just really beautiful word to say. But if you want to say thank you, you can say mahalo.
Mahalo. Okay. So
Yeah,
mahalo.
mahalo.
And we will see you pretty soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.